India's External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar is on a two-day visit to Russia. The trip focuses on strengthening the ties between New Delhi and Moscow, with a special focus on the current security situation in Afghanistan. India is a major stakeholder in the peace and stability of Afghanistan. It has been supporting a national peace and reconciliation process, which is Afghan-led, Afghan-owned and Afghan-controlled. S. Jaishankar said that the issue of Afghanistan occupied a lot of attention during his meeting with his Russian counterpart, Sergey Lavrov. He also stressed on the need for an immediate reduction in violence in the country.
In terms of specific regions, of course, the situation in Afghanistan occupied a lot of our attention because it has a direct implication for regional security. We believe that the immediate need of the day is really a reduction in violence. And if we have to see peace within Afghanistan and around Afghanistan, that's important for India and Russia to work together to ensure that much of the progress that we have seen in economic and social and democratic terms are maintained. We are both committed to an independent, sovereign, united and democratic Afghanistan.
The meeting also focused on geopolitics, especially in the Indo-Pacific region. S. Jaishankar highlighted that India is committed to the centrality and unity of the ASEAN.
From my side, I shared our viewpoint on the Indo-Pacific. We support cooperation that reflects the multipolar and rebalanced character of global politics. What I told the Minister Lavrov, which I repeat to you, is we are very much committed to the centrality and the unity of the ASEAN. And we believe that the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative that we tabled in the East Asia Summit is very important for the larger region. We, of course, because of our larger geopolitical compatibility with Russia, we see a more active Russian presence and participation in the region as something very, very important.
According to the Indian External Affairs Minister, India-Russia ties have been among the steadiest since World War II, and the COVID-19 pandemic has given the countries a way to demonstrate this. The two lauded their partnership on manufacturing the Sputnik V vaccine. Remember, Sputnik V was the third vaccine to be approved in India. And India also became the 60th country to approve the jab. While the initial doses of the vaccine are being imported, India will also produce more than 850 million doses of the Russian vaccine annually.
I think what it showed was that despite the fact that so many things are changing in our world, both before and as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, our time-tested and trust-based relationship is very much not just in place, but remains very strong, continues to grow. And we are seeing that in different ways. And I would like to, right at the start, express my appreciation for the support we got from Russia during the second wave of the COVID pandemic this year. There were 4 consignments which were flown in on a very expedited basis by the Russian government. And of course, as you've also heard, now India has become a partner of Russia in the production and use of the Sputnik V vaccine. And we believe that this is not only good for the two of us, but it has positive implications for the rest of the world.
Joining us on the broadcast this minute is our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Hi, Siddhant. Take us through the key takeaways from those discussions, especially on the issue of Afghanistan.
Well, the Indian External Affairs Minister is in Moscow. He is shortly expected to leave the country for his next job in Georgia. But in Moscow, the conversations were on many things, from United Nations Security Council reforms to BRICS to the upcoming visit of the Russian President Vladimir Putin to India for the India-Russia annual summit, the annual bilateral summit, and of course Afghanistan. Whether you are in New Delhi, whether you are in Tehran, or whether you are in Moscow, that is the key concern, the key priority, even as situation deteriorates in the country. In fact, the press conference saw many questions on Afghanistan, even as we know that a delegation of Taliban leaders are present in Moscow today. They were in fact present in Tehran as well when the EAM was present there. And in Moscow, the message was that how to make sure that the violence is reduced. Both India and Russia are on the same page when it comes to Afghanistan. They, of course, have been saying that the violence should be reduced in the country, even as we know that violence is increasing. In fact, next week will be a pretty interesting week, given the fact that again, all these ministers, the Indian External Affairs Minister, the Russian Foreign Minister, and other regional foreign ministers will be present in two regional capitals. One, of course, will be in Dushanbe for the SCO foreign ministers meeting, and then, of course, Uzbekistan, Tashkent for connectivity meeting. In Dushanbe, we will see a meeting of the SCO foreign ministers and Afghan foreign minister, and that will be crucial on how regional countries can come together, because at the end of the day, it looks like that Americans have run from the country, in fact, in mid of night, without informing, as the case is when it comes to the Bagram airfield. And it is up to regional countries like India, like Iran, like Russia to make sure that situation is normalized. In fact, the meeting happens in Dushanbe in Tajikistan, and Tajikistan, we know, borders Afghanistan. There were reports that how Afghan soldiers have crossed into Tajikistan. Over 1,000 Afghan soldiers have crossed. So this is the current situation, and it is worsening.
Right. Leaving it there for the moment, Siddhant. Thanks very much for joining us with those details and inputs. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.